Hey everybody, Sunum here with Sunum Audio. Has been kind of a while since I have made a voiceover, so apologies for that. I have just been pretty busy working on what we're going to be talking about today, alongside my music and all that stuff. So, what is this video going to be about? Well, me and my friend have been working very hard and are releasing and officially launching our website called Digimod. And so before we actually dive into the website itself, I thought I would give you a little bit of a background, and then we'll dive into the website and I'll show you the A to Z on that. So, Digimod. I'll bring up this icon here. This is our nice new fancy icon. Got a couple different colors here, transparent backgrounds, and this little variety pack here. So what Digimod is, and how it came to be, is a while back, whenever COVID was kind of running rampant, there wasn't very many options for socializing and going out, and so people started, hunkering down and into their homes. Everyone knows the story. And so same thing happened to me and my friend, and eventually we started playing some Dungeons and Dragons, some D&D, and we kind of got a group together. And we played pretty consistently for quite a while. For those interested, we were playing the Eberron module within 5e, and it was a good time. But what had happened was, over time, me and my friend were craving more. We wanted more immersion within our games. And so we started looking up options, and nothing was really quite doing what we wanted. So we kind of decided to make our own deal. So we kind of started brainstorming ideas, and what we came up with was Digimod. And so what Digimod is it is a TTRPG module provider. We also provide soundtracks, maps, player tokens, and all that stuff, just to help immersify your gameplay experience whenever you are playing one of those types of games. So that's about that. Let's go ahead and jump into the actual website here. So if we open up the internet, the website will be called digimod.net. And would you look at that? It looks very nice. I have been working very hard to make this as appealing to the eye as possible, and not only is it nice to look at, it's also really easy to go through these pages, find what you want, check out, all that good stuff. So Digimod, TTRPGs, soundtracks, and more. And this is the grand opening, so I wanted to provide everyone that saw this video or sees this website with a coupon for 30% off using Digi30. That will be valid until the end of the month, and don't worry, I'm sure we'll have plenty of sales in the future. So welcome to Digimod, explore new worlds, and you can explore our modules using this button here. So if we scroll down, so this will give you a little bit of a snippet of what we like to do here. We are TTRPG enthusiasts, and we understand the importance of having high quality resources to enhance your gaming experience, which is why we offer a variety of modules, soundtracks, and more. So there's that. And if we scroll down a little bit more, hey look, it's me. So in collaboration with sunumaudio. So what makes Digimod special is I work really hard on creating soundtracks that are meant to go hand in hand with the modules that we release. Almost like a soundtrack for example, like a movie or a video game. Whenever you have plot beats, the music should also be matching that. So in the case of the particular bundle that I'm going to be explaining later today for Curie's inquiry module, I'll explain how that kind of works out in that way. So this is me. This is my company. I have my YouTube channel. If you click on this YouTube button, it'll take you straight to my channel here. And if you click here or on learn more, it'll actually take you to my own personal website that isn't quite as flashy, But while we're here, I'll explain to you what Sunum Audio is, who I am, and what I do. So what I do is I like to produce music. I like to mix music and I like to master music. And my dream is to work with other musicians or other artists that have a vision in order to create music for their projects. Otherwise, I just like to create my own music, put it out there, and try to, showcase my skill levels. I am a mixing engineer, and I do have professional experience mixing and mastering and tracking. And so that's kind of how Sunum Audio was made. So my portfolio here, and then you can contact me through all this, my different links. Yeah, so my website is a little bit less flashy, but it does work and it does what I want it to do. So there's that, but we're not here for that. We're here for this. So if we scroll down a little bit more, now we can explore our worlds. So these are a couple of the products that we provide here. And you'll see on the top left, we have different tags. So we have bundles, soundtracks. If we go to our right here, we have modules and token packs. And eventually I will be adding map packs after we get a little bit more familiar with making maps a little bit more confidently. And then we also have demos. And before we jump into all this, I'm just going to continue with the home page here. So we have a contact form where you can contact us directly. We have a subscribe form in case we want to send out newsletters, updates, sales, promos, all that kind of stuff. You can subscribe like that. On the bottom right, we have a way for you to contact us a little bit faster than this, and we'll reply to you as soon as we get a chance. So if we go all the way up to the top here, we have a couple of options. Let's go to the shop. So this page will showcase every product that we have currently. Like I said, we have bundles, soundtracks, modules, token packs, and demos, which can all be filtered using this left-hand section here. So if we go to our bundles, for example, this is the Curie's Inquiry module bundle. So if we click on that, this will give you a summary of what this product includes. Product info. This product includes the module itself, which is 32 pages, a full-length soundtrack, which runs about 33.5 minutes, 5 maps, and 16 player and or NPC icons. You can kind of scroll through each one of these to kind of get a better idea of what this looks like. But at the end of the video, or towards the middle end, I will be actually going through this with you and kind of showcasing this module, because this is the reason that we are launching this website. This module right here, we have been working very hard on, and we wanted to make sure it was quality and consistent. So it has taken us quite some time, but it is finally up and ready to be purchased or viewed, whatever you see fit. So we go back, we can look at our demos here. Demo is of course free. It'll come with a couple of pages from the module. It'll come with a snippet of the soundtrack, a map, and a player token, so you can kind of, fiddle around and see how you feel with it before you actually purchase anything. We have our module, which is the module standalone, which is just the 32 pages of this module here. So if you go back, we can go to soundtracks. Have two separate soundtracks. First is the Curie's Inquiry soundtrack, and it is about 33.5 minutes. We have 12 songs. This right here is my magnum opus so far. I put about 7 months of nonstop work into this project, and I am very proud of it. I hope it stands the test of time. It really turned out pretty special, and what's awesome about it is it helps tell the story in the module as the gameplay progresses. That's the most important part. But what's cool is that you can just listen to it on its own, and it's still a pretty good listen. And yeah, it should be entertaining on its own merit. So there is that. We also have the GNR soundtrack, which is the first one that I did, which we do not have a module for yet. So this is more of a variety soundtrack. It has some orchestral music, it has some electronic music, it has some indie rock stuff going on in it. A pretty cool album as well. But like I said, it does not currently have anything else with it. It's just the standalone soundtrack so far. Eventually we will be releasing a module to go along with it too, so stay tuned for that. Finally, we have our tokens. So in this pack, we have 16 total player and or NPC tokens, all at 500 pixels by 500 pixels with transparent backgrounds. So we've already tested this. You can use them with Roll20 or Owlbear, whatever TTRPG, virtual desktop kind of deal that you use. I wanted to make them big so that you can shrink them rather than making them too small so that you couldn't enlarge them. So that's why I went with the 500 pixels. And they should work on the maps that you use. Okay, so if I go back to all products here, so what I wanted to do is give you options. So you don't have to buy into any one thing specifically. That's why these Vampire Slayer token packs is actually a part of this bundle right here. The soundtrack is part of this, and this module is part of this. So we wanted to put it in a bundle, but if you didn't want to commit to the bundle, you just wanted something specific, we wanted to separate out the major components so that you can kind of do what you want to do. And that's pretty much the main gist of it. You can log in, you can make your own account. This YouTube button will bring you to currently just my channel until we get a Digimod website up and running, and then you can donate if you want to. And that's about it for Digimod. So with that said, we can now move on to the actual bundle for Curie's inquiry. So whenever you do purchase the bundle, it will be in a download directly from the website. I don't believe it will send it to your email. It should just pop up with a window for you to download things directly. So whenever you do, you're going to have 4 different folders here. One is going to be your module itself. So let's go ahead and open that. And I'll kind of explain what makes these special. So here's the title or the cover page. There I am, Eric Capps, and there's Dimitri Miller. That's my co-partner for Digimod. So if we scroll down, you will see Digimod in collaboration with sunumaudio. And then here's our table of contents. There is a pretty good amount of stuff in this module, but within all of this content is just high quality gameplay. This is more of a linear experience, not so much as a sandbox. There is a story to be told front to end, and however that gets played out is obviously up to your DM and your players, how all that kind of plays out. But if we go to the next page, this is what makes these modules special. So if you see here, we have 3 different colors, only 2 of them really being kind of relevant to what I'm talking about. So when a song is provided, it will be shown in a bright red. So if we scroll down, this is the first chapter here. It says song recommendation, Sunum debut. And so what this basically is saying, it's like, hey, you guys are going to get your team together. You're going to talk about what kind of story you want to tell, what kind of setting you want your game to take place in. And while you're doing all that, you can play this song in the background. And as the game goes on, there will be more songs to play that, kind of have to go along with the plot. For example, this is my favorite part without spoiling too much, is it starts off in a carnival. And I put a lot of work into making these kind of like just small mechanics for these little like concession stands and little games, like the dunk tank, ring toss and stuff like that. So I have this song here called Le Dernier Carnaval, and that's meant to be playing in the background as you play games in the carnival and win prizes, win money, etc. So that's kind of what makes these modules special. This is from what I have experienced from other modules I wish they had, was a way to immerse yourself a little bit more in the gameplay somehow, and this is kind of our answer to that. In blue here, when a map is provided for the area, it will resemble a bright blue. So once again, once it's plot relevant, it will prompt you with opening up a map, which we have provided in the module. And that's pretty much it that I kind of want to show from this without spoiling too much. There's a lot of good stuff in here. It is pretty dialogue heavy. It's also pretty linear, so I would recommend, for as far as the dialogue goes, you can either use the dialogue that we have provided, or you can use it as a DM for more exposition or info dump, just to keep players in tune with what's going on within the plot. So yeah, that's about it for this module. We've been working pretty hard on that, and I'm super glad it is finally out. So there's that. Second in the list is the provided soundtrack made by myself. We have 12 songs here in MP3 format. I tried to keep the file size relatively small at about 54 megabytes here. So what I would recommend with these is if you could find a way to either have a soundboard or a program that would allow you to loop songs. That's how I would do this, because obviously 30 minutes of music is not very much time when you consider what a day of D&D looks like. I mean, we're talking anywhere from 4 to 12 hours for a pretty typical game session. So do what you can with these files. Like I said, put them on loop if possible, and just kind of have them ring out until the next plot point is relevant. Or you can just listen to this on your own time. Whatever you want to do, it's there for you to use. Okay, the next section will be maps. So we provided 5 maps here, and they have slight variations. For example, so this is a map for a battle that takes place kind of towards, I guess, like the middle, without going into too much spoilers. So we have this map that we handcrafted ourselves. But what's cool is we have provided an overlay map that looks something like this. And we've tested this before, so we know it works. So maybe not on Roll20, but we know it works on a website like Owlbear, is you can use the map on the left here, for example, as an overlay to the map on the right here. So you have these little staircases kind of aligned right here, and you can put this over this map so you can have 2 floors. And you can put your player icons up here, and it should work pretty seamlessly. So nothing too special about these maps, but they are there for you to use kind of how you want. So nothing too crazy there, but pretty good stuff. I hope that as time goes on, me and Dimitri will get a little bit better at creating maps, maybe a little bit more interesting and consistent, but that will take some time on top of everything else. But I think this is a good start. At least they will at least provide certain plot points, some gameplay maps to try and immerse yourself into. So finally, we have player tokens. So I believe we have 4 monsters, 4 NPCs, and 8 players for this particular module. And like I said, we also sell this separately. You can go in, change the names of all these guys, do what you want. They are there for you to use. And yeah, we'll kind of see what these guys look like. So you have this handsome gentleman here. You have this good-looking woman here. And these are all just pretty high quality tokens, so that you have options for what kind of player you want to play, but they're also consistent with one another. That's the most important part of this thing. It's just making sure that there is consistency within the module. So there is that. And I believe that's pretty much all that I wanted to talk about in this video. I wanted to showcase the launch of Digimod, the website, and then showcase Curie's Inquiry, the module bundle. Like I said, we've been putting a lot of work into this. I'm very proud to have finally published and launched all of this today. So I just want to thank you all for tuning in. Before I go, I just want to mention one more time what I do here at Sunum Audio. I am a mixing engineer that strives to create and make pre-existing music sound better with other artists and other people that have a vision for either films, video games, movies, TV shows, whatever it may be. Please feel free to contact me anytime at my email, sunumaudio@gmail.com. And yeah, with that self-promotion out of the way, I believe that's all I have for you. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.